I shadow record on you like all the time.
I know. I always
That's why I
I
hate
always
when you
realize
like
it.
break the moment and you're like, "What are we recording right now?" I'm like, "I'm trying to create an intro here, Joe. Like, just go along, improv it."
Well, a lot of the times, like I think about it, like whenever me and you start talking on Discord, I automatically assume that you're already recording.
Oh, 100%. I wait until OBS is open and I start recording to then log into Discord to talk to you to make sure I
Because
don't
like,
miss anything.
because every time like we start talking and I curse, I'm like, oh no, Joe Brown's recording already. And I
Yeah,
just curse.
exactly. And I'm like, "Oh, you ruined such a good bit." Hello, everybody. It's been a while. My name is Joe Brown. I am joined by my best friend Joe Perry, and we would like to welcome you back to a new steaming hot edition of Cup of Joe's, episode 48. The last one was, I think, in the Obama administration. It's been that long since we've recorded. But Joe Perry, one, I miss you. Two, hello. And three, how are you doing?
I missed you too. Hello, and I'm okay. I'm sorry, but I wanted to start this episode right by talking about Pokemon. Are you okay with that? Can we talk about something real quick? Because as I know we had talked about that we were going to talk about Pokemon,
Yeah.
but but the new version, what is it? The Galar Pokemon.
The Galar region, yeah.
The Galar region, or so the new Galar Pokemon for Weezing. People are referring to it as a bong.
Yes, they are. I thought he was a little more classy than that.
I did too, but like people are like, this is just a bong. And then someone made this image of this kid trying to smoke
smoke
marijuana out of it. Like
oh my God, no! You can't do that. He's a good boy, Weezing, Galarian Weezing.
Weezing.
He's definitely not, and that's the thing. Like all these jokes that they fly around, like he's definitely not a bong. Like he's very clearly a cool dude with a chimney top hat that it comes out of. Like it's not a bong. Because if you read the Pokedex entry, Joe, he's now a poison fairy type, and he takes in poisonous gases and toxins and releases them through the chimney on the top of his head into clean, non-polluted, whatever chemicals or whatever for the air.
Yeah, it emits purified air from the top of his head.
So he's doing his best.
I'm not saying he's not. I just think it's funny that people. This is like the second article I pulled up about it, and people are like, "He's a bong."
Okay, so before we get to Pokemon, because we did have the new trailer last week, let's just have a little bit of a recap. It's been a little bit.
We've been busy. We got live sometimes.
I don't know. Our last episode was right before E3, where we talked about what we were excited for, and then never got to tell you that we were excited about everything.
Oh man, it's been that long.
But
recorded a podcast since June. Dang.
Yes, that is true. Well, I've moved into a new building, so I was dealing with that. I had my birthday. That was also something I had to deal with. You know.
I didn't get any pictures of this new place like you promised.
Did I? Well, my room is in shambles still. I'm still on an air mattress. Okay.
Of course it is. Anyway,
it's probably gonna be like that for a while. But just so we can get fully caught up, Joe, I think there's one thing that I need to say. It's more important than anything that's happened in the last 2 months.
Okay.
Banjo-Kazooie is in Smash. Banjo's in Smash, Joe. You know who's in Smash? Banjo, Joe.
I feel like we talked about this already, did we not?
Maybe in real life, but we have not recorded an episode since before E3. So unless you upload it to some secret channel, you've recorded our conversation without my consent and uploaded an unfiltered episode of Cup of Joe's to some random channel. We have not talked about it to the audience.
I'm just saying, an unfiltered version of Cup of Joe's would be one great episode.
Cup of Joe's After Dark.
Cup of Joe. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash.
Oh my god, Joe! It finally happened. If you remember last year, I really wanted Crash Bandicoot in Smash because because the Insane trilogy was coming out on Switch later that month, and we're at E3. I'm like, oh, they're gonna announce these characters, blah blah blah, and I had given up hope on Banjo. Like, if you told me there was a chance that Banjo was going to be in it, I would have chose him over Crash. But, like, my heart had sunk so much over the years of wishful thinking being wasted that I never thought in a million years it would happen. And then I saw that jiggy piece in the trailer at E3, and I was like, oh, my God! And then you had freaking, who was it? DD or Duck Hunt, or I think it was Duck Hunt, whatever. Like, we played a trick on us. It's not Banjo. Psych on the psych. It is Banjo. And I was super excited. So we don't know when he comes out. He comes out hopefully soon. Like, Hero, the Dragon Quest character, just came out a couple of weeks ago. So it'll probably be like September or something like that, maybe before Banjo. But I think I by law have to be a Banjo main. It's my name.
What's your name? Banjo?
Joe. My name is Joe.
Oh my god. Yeah, but your name's not Banjo.
Okay. But the appeal when I was a child was that there was a video game character named after me, because I didn't think about Joe being J-O when I'm J-O-E. So I relate to Banjo.
You relate to Banjo?
Yeah, we're both brothers. But we got hair. I also liked denim shorts back in the day.
Okay.
I knew that was gonna get you. I was like, I gotta keep going. Until I get a laugh out of this conversation.
Keep going.
No, What was a 6-year-old supposed to do when the name of a video game was Banjo-Kazooie? Like, am I really that crazy here?
Man, I don't know. You kind of are. I think you're a little insane.
Okay, fine. I'll admit it. My middle name is Kazooie.
My middle name is Kazooie.
Okay, fine. I'll just come right out and say it. The game is literally named after me. Oh, I'm just kidding. All right. Anyway, let's get on to. Actually, no, you've been doing some things over the last little while since we've recorded.
Yeah. I have been. I've been getting into a lot of Destiny. Too much Destiny, one may say.
There's never too much Destiny.
I don't know. You can ask Jordan about that. Too much Destiny.
So what rekindled your friendship with Destiny and your love for the game?
I don't know if it was so much my love for the game, but it was so much that my friend Jesse said, hey, all of the expansions on PC for Destiny for Destiny 2 are $40 and the game's free to play, and we can play it and then get the new expansion when it comes out in September, and we can keep going. And I was like, why not? And then a bunch of us bought it, and now all of us are playing it. So
now you got a squad.
Now I got a squad, but now one of my friends is currently playing that new TFT game in League.
Yeah, I play it every day.
Yeah, he's playing every day. Did you play League of Legends, though?
I did.
You did?
Remember you got mad at me?
Oh, yeah. He's never played League before. So he keeps saying, he's like, does it really count to say that I play League of Legends if I never really actually played the game? I'm like, you had to download the game launcher. You're playing it, a different mode of it, with the same kind of champions in it, with the same items. I know it's a different game mode. It's a different game mode, but it's the same champions, is it not?
It is. Like, if you want to get on a technicality and say, like, it is in the League client, and therefore it's not its own separate game. I understand where you're coming from.
Dog, if I look in Discord and it says that he's playing League of Legends, he's playing League of Legends.
I don't know. I might have to disagree with you on this one, Joe, because like there's a difference if he only played ARAMs or if he only played like, you know, player versus AI bots or whatever. All right, he's still playing League of Legends. He's still doing the same actions as a like if he's playing ranked or something like that. But like TFT is like it's not even turn based. Like it's a card collecting game, like putting your pieces out on it's an auto chess game. Like I don't know. We might have to leave that question for more qualified people because I would argue that he's not. He's playing team fight tactics. He's not playing League of Legends.
All right. I still think, but team fight tactics is it's a League of Legends riot type deal. You're doing it in the League of Legends universe.
That you are.
So,
but if I played Mario Kart 8, that doesn't mean I played Mario Galaxy. Like they're both in the same universe.
Yeah, but you're not having to open up. If the only way you can access Mario Kart 8 was by putting in Mario Galaxy, you'd be playing Mario Galaxy.
That'd be a super hipstery thing to do. That I feel like Nintendo would do that.
There you go.
Anyway, let's get on to Pokemon because we're running out of time, Joe. Because this upcoming weekend is the Pokemon World Championships in Washington D.C.
What are we running out of time?
No, we just got to talk. We got to talk about being excited with the new trailer.
Oh man, new trailer! I'm excited about it. Is that good?
It's good. That's good. It's good. Anyway, next topic. Okay. So no. So there was last Wednesday. Pokemon released their new trailer at like 9 a.m., which kills me, and I can only imagine people on the West Coast how they feel when on 9 a.m. on a Wednesday when this gets released, or 6 a.m. for them. Showing off more information, and from what I recall, Joe is somewhat interested in Pokemon Sword and Shield. We had our friend Adam come on and talk about it. So this new trailer showed off the evil team. I'm going to say one of the evil teams because I have a hard time believing that this group, Team Yell, is like the main evil guys. I could be wrong, but, you know, as we learned from... Excuse me. Sorry, I just dropped my... as we learned from Generation 7, Team Skull was not the main evil bad guys, even though they were the team introduced to us as the bad guys. So I don't know if Team Yell is going to be the bad guys throughout the full thing. But they showed off them, and they look like Rockstar, people with like face paint and like chokers on and all these, you know, very heavy metal style. And they seem to be following this girl named Marnie, who's like another punk rock chick dressed in, you know, all black and everything like that. Which these are all cool. It's, you know, it's nice to see how they flesh out the characters in the world. But what do we care about in Pokemon games, Joe?
Pokemon.
The Pokemon. So we now have confirmed Galarian forms, excuse me, of Pokemon. Where in Generation 7 in Alola we had Alolan forms, so they're able to change up the typings, they're able to change up their stats, abilities. Also, they change with these altered forms, which is what really exciting, and it's a smart way. It's a smart way of them to keep introducing new Pokemon without increasing the Pokedex number so much every generation. Because, you know, I think we're at like 808 or 809, something like that right now. Through Generation 7. So that way, when you make Alolan Marowak, you're not increasing the Pokedex number, but you are giving players a new Pokemon to play with, if that makes sense.
It does. Yeah,
so
they're like running out of. I feel like they've done it. They've tried to do everything under the sun. They're running out of ideas. I'm fine with them doing this.
Right.
Fine with them using.
So the first one we see is your boy that Joe's very excited about is Galarian Weezing, who he's got very fancy green toxic mustache on his face, a huge top hat that's a chimney and definitely not a bong. Okay.
It's a top hat.
It's a top hat. Oh, officer, I'm just carrying peanut butter around with me. What's the big deal, officer?
Oh my god.
Idiots. Yeah, the idiots that Joe and I were RAs. The idiots we had to deal with. All right, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think the more interesting thing was he's cool. What I don't like about Galarian Weezing is he is a poison fairy type, which is an awesome typing. That means he's only weak to he would be weak to ground, but he has levitate as his ability, which makes him immune to ground attacks. So he's weak to psychic. He is weak to steel, and I think that's it. Am I crazy? Yeah, because
I think that's it.
Cause you're just going along on that one, Joe.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, because then poison would be neutral. Yeah, and then ground he's immune to because of levitate. Yeah, so it's an awesome typing that we've been waiting for a while for them to make one. But what doesn't make sense is why is the toxic mustache on his face green? If he's poison fairy, shouldn't that stuff be like pink so that we know? Because every other Pokemon, like the new Pokemon we're going to talk about with Obstagoon, he's like black and white, like so he's dark and normal. Well, that makes sense because like then now you know when you see it in the wild, you can kind of guess what its thing is. Like nothing about Galarian Weezing says fairy at all.
I don't know. I think they were just like trying to match his aesthetic. I don't think they were trying to.
Right, but look up every fairy type Pokemon, and you will see a common thread for the most part of being pink or light, like light green or something like that.
Yeah, but is it like a different form of a older Pokemon that like they made pinker or what?
No, like so think of like who got turned like Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff used to be a normal type. All they did was change his typing to fairy.
Yeah,
so they
I'm
didn't
just
change
saying.
his design.
I guess the main thing I'm saying is like, I think that the pink would have clashed with the model type, like the modeling of it.
I
You know?
don't know. I think pink would look cool. Like, how you gonna tell little 6-year-old Timmy when he gets it for Christmas when he's fighting a Galarian Weezing in the wild that that's a fairy type? Because he's not on the internet. He doesn't know. He didn't read. He didn't watch the videos.
He is on the internet.
At 6 years old with his parents' permission?
Yeah, bro. It's crazy out there.
I just don't think it makes sense design wise. That's all. Because that's what they do. Like, oh, he's red, therefore he's a fire type. He's blue, therefore he's a water type. And there are obviously exceptions. Oh, Volcanion is blue and red. What does that make him? A water and fire type. Like that's how, because this game is for kids, Joe. Don't forget. So that's how they're able to do it. But whatever. Weezing is cool. I've always liked Weezing. And Poison Fairy hopefully makes him more viable in competitive formats. But the next one were our Galarian forms. Not only have we had altered forms of Pokemon we already had, but we have a new evolution line. So it goes from Zigzagoon to Lanoon to Obstagoon, and they're all black and white now and dark and normal types. So they're 4 times weak to fighting. Excuse me. Which good luck because that's a tough. Being 4 times weak to fighting is kind of rough. But what do you think of your boy Obstagoon here, looking like he's like in a heavy punk or heavy metal band?
I think it's a pretty good match in the aesthetic of the setting of the game. I love it. I'm for it.
I think he looks very cool. It makes like some weird questions now with like because for ever since Generation 3, Lanoon has been a fully evolved Pokemon, and now it's a middle evolution. So we got like some weird questions there if we're thinking about it. But I think Obstagoon, he looks cool. His abilities are Reckless and Guts, which are both, which honestly, it all comes down to his stat distribution. Like depending on his stats, Reckless and Guts are both really good for him competitively. So I'd love to see him be viable in like VGC or something. I just don't know if that times 4 to fighting is going to hurt him too much. But did you see Gene Simmons responded to Obstagoon's announcement? The lead singer, or the guy from Kiss.
Oh, the lead guitarist of Kiss.
Yes.
I did not see his response, but
Because people were like, "Oh, are you going to sue Pokemon or whatever?" Because they're very clearly ripping off Kiss, and he said no, he's not suing, and he's proud for like the what's the recognition or whatever, like for them doing it in honor of them, I guess. Which we still don't know if that's true. It's just they look like they're members of Kiss, like.
Yeah, they do. It's really funny.
So I think that's cool that he's like, no, I'm not suing. I'm just honored to be a Pokemon. Now, the other one that we have here is the rat of every generation, or the mouse of every generation, the Pikachu clone, as everyone likes to call it. Every region has their own version of Pikachu, except for I guess Johto, because Johto just has Pikachu in it. But ever since Gen 3 on, you got Dedenne or Emolga or Plusle or whoever. So this one is more Pico, who was an electric dark type, and its ability Hunger Switch. Joe, you'll like this one. When he gets... so he has two modes. He has a full belly mode where he's like super nice and cute or whatever. But then when he gets hit, he turns like black and purple and evil, and his moves change from electric to dark type, and it's called his hangry mode.
That's awesome.
So I feel like a lot of people can relate to Morpeko when they get their hangry mode.
Being hangry.
Yeah, I wonder how it's going to play competitively, but I think he's cute. I think there's definitely been some cuter Pikachu clones, like ones I like more, like Pachirisu and Dedenne. I think those are cool. Emolga is one of my favorite Pokemon, but
you're a Dedenne, bro.
Damn, I can't believe you just threw those fighting words at me.
I totally just threw them.
Okay.
You're mine.
We got another dude.
I'll crush you.
We got a dude named Bidet. I think it's Bede. They showed off Marnie. I am believing that if Marnie does not have the Pokemon Marini with her, I'm going to be very excited, or very disappointed, I mean. Because it's it's perfect. Her name is Marnie. Literally the only difference is an E in the Pokemon's name. Like how, if she doesn't have him, I'll be very upset. But, so the last question I have, unless there's anything else you want to talk about from this trailer. Like, it wasn't that big of a trailer. It was just fun little tidbits.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't that much, but it was a good trailer, but continue.
So, one, Team Yell, the quote-unquote bad guys, we don't know, that follow Marnie around are a toxic fan base, which makes it's just so fitting that Pokemon is putting a toxic fan base in their game, because of how toxic their Pokemon fan base has been about them not including every Pokemon in the national dex in the game.
The funny thing is they did that before all that happened.
Yeah, they just got lucky, right?
Yeah, they kind of just got lucky with that one. Unless
what was it E3 2 months ago, Masuda was like, scrap it, we're gonna have an inside joke in the game, change the evil team. This will be our ultimate middle finger to these 12-year-olds who are sad that they can't use their Swellow.
Yeah, seriously.
So the question I had, though, next week or at the end of this week, is the Pokemon World Championships. Every year they reveal different, or they have this like showcase Friday morning, 9 a.m. And sometimes it'll be for the trading card game, sometimes it'll be for the video game. Like back a couple years ago, they introduced like a new Z move at Worlds. They introduced different style cards and abilities and stuff for the trading cards. So, do you think we're going to get any Sword and Shield news on Friday morning at 9 a.m.?
We better. And
what do you think is going to be?
I don't know. You better show me some of them evolutions for them good boys.
Thank you. This is why we're friends, Joe, because that's what I want too. I want them to reveal the middle evolutions for the starters.
Yes, I want to see them. I want to know what I'm getting myself into.
Aren't you a Sobble apologist?
Apologist.
right?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, I like Sobble.
Well, because you know you're wrong, but you still defend him anyway. Because you know Score Bunny's cooler.
Oh my God, you and your fire types. You're just gonna be disappointed with your firefighting type again. I promise you that.
Oh, he better not be firefighting. That's all. You know what? If we find out on Friday he's firefighting, I'll live with it because that means we get news.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. What happens if you find out that Sobble's water ghost or water psychic? Huh? What do you think about that?
That's fine. You know why?
Why?
As Tywin Lannister from the Great Game of Thrones says, the lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of sheep.
So you're saying that I have an opinion? I am the sheep here?
That Score Bunny is the lion. He's the top dog. So why does he care that Sobble looks cool? Because Score Bunny's already cooler. He doesn't have to worry about what Sobble's doing over there on the bench.
Man, you have such a closed mind, Joe Brown.
For imaginary characters.
They're not imaginary. They're real because we can see them and interact with them. So
they were in Detective Pikachu. I mean, not these new ones. I'm saying Pokemon in general are.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. How dare you insult my kind of Pokemon? You insult my kind of Pokemon all the time.
Are you grumpy now?
Yeah, you hurt my feelings. You don't care about our friendship. You just care about getting that Score Bunny publicity out there. Not about our friendship.
Oh my God, I have a feeling you were going somewhere else with that sentence, and you saved it very strongly. And
it hurts. It hurts my feelings.
Are you in your hangry mode right now? Is that what you would say?
No, I'm in the Joe Brown hurt my feelings mode. So
is that the full belly mode? That's the only options for more Pico. You could be full belly mode or hangry.
Well, guess
mode.
what, Joe Brown? I'm not a more Pico. I'm a Joe Parian, and I'm hurt.
You're a one of a kind.
I'm a little stinker right now. All right.
All right. Well, if I told you how awesome Ultimate Alliance 3 is, will that make you feel better?
I don't know, but you could try.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out for the Nintendo Switch. It was a Switch exclusive, and we talked about it when it was first announced. They played some more stuff at E3. I've been very excited about it. I proudly am a big fan of the first two Ultimate Alliance games. I remember on the 360 playing both of them with my brother. Like, that's still some of the most fun I had.
What's your favorite character in it?
Do you want to take a wild guess?
So, what's your favorite character in Joe Brown? Tell me.
Would you like to take a wild guess?
I don't want to. I want you to tell me.
Okay, are you talking about 1 and 2 or talking about 3?
Any of them.
Okay. I forget in 1, but in 2 I always played Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Okay, and now you play?
In 3, so how do I'm trying to find a good way of just saying Spider-Man again. Make it more creative, like as a reason as to why.
Man, everybody knows that Spider-Man's the worst.
What are you talking about? He's so cool.
Spider-Man's the absolute worst. Everybody knows that Deadpool and Iron Man are way better than Spider-Man.
Now, Iron Man sucked, dude. He was not fun to play. I'll tell you.
Iron Man's the best because Iron Man's like Jamie Lannister and he's a lion and not a sheep. Unlike Spider-Man.
Who is the sheep? Contrary to popular belief, you would assume Spider-Man is the spider, but it turns out he's the sheep.
Spider-Man is the worst. Because you think Sobble's the worst, so I think Spider-Man's the worst. Get wrecked, Joe Brown.
Logic.
You lose.
You know what? If we're gonna have a debate between Spider-Man and Sobble, I think I'm gonna win that one every time.
Why? Because you like Spider-Man?
Yes, I'm quite fond of Mr. Parker.
Yeah, well, Mr. Parker's the Mr. Worstest. So eat it.
Got him.
Anyway,
can I get back to the game?
You can go back.
Okay, cool. So, I've remember fondly Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. So my favorite times playing games with my brothers, just beating people up with our favorite superheroes. Ultimate Alliance 3 is I don't know if it's bigger, but it's better than the other experiences I had. It's a lot more fun. It's more fleshed out. I think the systems that they have in place that we can get into are more rewarding of your time than the previous games were. Like, yes, it is beat 'em up. You just keep pressing the same attacks or whatever and do special combos and beat up hordes of enemies, of bad guys. But like the characters are fun, and the rate. So there's only 10 chapters in the game. So I think it took us 11 hours to beat the story mode. The rate at which you unlock characters is very well paced. You start out with the 4 Guardians of the Galaxy, and then it goes like, then you get Spider-Man, then another guy, and there's like 36 characters or 38, something like that, in the game. So like it is very even. Like when you're with a group, it's like, okay, we'll switch out Deadpool and we're gonna put in Storm or something like that, like, because they just keep popping up right when you feel like switching up your team. So I think it's very well paced out. I will tell you our final 4 that we went with. So the crew that we rocked for most of the game, the ones we did, and the story is you have to beat Thanos. So it's not some groundbreaking thing, but you got to stop the Infinity Stones and beat up the Black Order and stop Thanos and yada yada yada. So our final 4 that we went into the final boss with, which was our 4 best with my brother and I, were Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Storm, and the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. That's my boy.
Against my better wishes, because I very much wanted my team to be Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and Venom. But my brother wouldn't let me do it.
I wonder why.
He would not let me do it. He said no.
Gosh.
So
yeah, I would say no to that too. It's like a loaded team.
Okay, but one thing that they actually do to incentivize like team synergy is they have these little buffs for if you're using characters with common traits or abilities. So, let's say I had Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man on the same team, I'd get like a 2% damage buff or something like that because I'm using I have 2 web slingers on my team. Or if I had Iron Man and Thor or Captain America or something, I have 2 original Avengers on my team or whatever. You know what I mean? Like if I had Deadpool and Luke Cage, I had 2 Defenders on the team. Like, so it was really cool. Captain Marvel's in the Guardians of the Galaxy category because she's from space. So that was really fun, like trying to synergize our team out and figure out like what best 4 we could work with to have like a defense buff or have an ability power buff or have a strength buff and stuff like that. And I thought, having Spider-Man and the Hulk on our team gave us the Brainiac ability because they're both super smart. So that was a lot of fun to try to find a strong, balanced team.
Okay.
I was waiting if you had any questions on it or something.
It's just a lot. I just think though you're supposed to be having fun. It's not like oh man, Brooklyn's going into space to fight the final boss. It's like only Brooklyn. only
web-related superheroes.
Only web-related superheroes from Brooklyn are coming to save the day.
Well, it's very awkward because Peter Parker's from Queens, so.
Miles Morales is from Brooklyn. Sorry, I watched Enter the Spideyverse the other day.
How was it?
I love it. I love that movie. I own it on my Xbox.
I love that movie too. Anyway, back to Ultimate Alliance 3 as I just move along with it. So the story is kind of generic. It is like, hey, this bad guy showed up. Or all the good guys are like, hey, you guys look like bad guys, I'm gonna fight you. And then you fight him, he's like, my bad, I'll join you now. So it is a little repetitive.
Hey, you guys look like bad guys, even though I'm pretty sure you're that Spider-Man guy. Okay, let's fight. Oh, you beat me? Oh, you must be a good guy.
Well, there were multiple recruitment battles that were that exact interaction.
Hey, what's up? My name's Wolverine. I know I've worked with you before, Peter Parker, but you're definitely a bad guy. Here we go.
But you might be Thanos under that mask for all I know.
You look like a small child. Here we go.
So I think one thing that was nice about the first two games was they had some characters that were less or not as well known. So like there was Iron Fist in the second one, and people know him now because of Netflix. But in 2008 or 2009 or whatever, we had no idea who he was. And they do that also in this game. Like there's some chick named Crystal who's a part of like the New Mutants, and then there's this like hunter lady with guns on her back from space, and like they do have those like surprise characters of like, I have no idea who you are, but you look awesome, and it's like, so they kept that tradition alive. So I guess my overall point of Ultimate Alliance 3 is it's just more of the same goodness that I remember from like a decade ago now, and it was just so much fun being on the couch with my brother. We had one of our other friends was playing with us for like half the game, and we could synergize our abilities. So that was another thing, not just synergy with the 4 people you have, but everybody had 4 special attacks. And so like, so Peter Parker could, I'll give you a better example. Deadpool and Spider-Gwen, right? Deadpool had these things with his nunchucks, where he's able to, one of his abilities like pow, with his nunchucks. And Spider-Gwen, one of her abilities was shooting webs out at everybody. So if Spider-Gwen does that, you can then combo that with Deadpool's nunchucks, and you're shooting the webs at him, and he's spinning the webs in like an AoE attack with his nunchuck. If that visually makes sense to you.
That makes sense to me.
And so that was a lot of fun. Like that's why the 4 that we ended up using, like there's all these like trial mode events that you can play that are outside the story of like 3-star challenges of like beat it in under a minute, beat it without any characters dying, beat it with, you know, all the different stipulations to get up to 3 stars for each challenge. And literally for most of the time, what my brother and I did when we were doing those was he would play Storm and I would play Hulk, and he would do her one special that combo with my Hulk's one special. It was just and just like destroying a bunch of people. So that was fun too, figuring out who had synergized abilities and stuff. But the only downfall, which is kind of related to that, is I guess it's not a bad thing if you only play in multiplayer. But I feel like the game was not designed very well around a solo campaign experience. So a lot of the synergy abilities, like you have to communicate with your partners with like, all right, I'm ready to use our ultimate or something like that. So you want it to be timed together. Or if you want to have your abilities go off or something like that. Like it's a lot harder as a solo player because you have nobody. Like so you just have 3 AI superhero teammates, so it's not as fun, or it doesn't seem like the things are like, sometimes you want to be throwing multiple items at the bosses, like so you can get their stagger bar down so you can do damage to them. But if you're one player, it just takes you longer to do, you know what I mean? So you have to go through more rounds of battles and stuff than you would be if you had multiple people. So I feel like that is one thing that I didn't like about the game, was that it was not, to me it did not feel like there was single player in mind with the game design, which of course makes sense as it is a 4-player co-op game. But the odds that you're always going to have to play because like sometimes I wanted to do the challenges where my brother went to bed or whatever, and then I'm sitting there and I'm only getting 1 or 2 stars because you really need that coordination with another person to be able to get the 3 stars on it. So you're doing your special attacks at the same time and synergizing well and stuff. And when you're one person, it just takes too long to do things sometimes. So I think that was a little bit of a letdown. And then, oh my God, Joe, the camera is
the worst.
Some of the worst camera I've ever seen in a video game. Like, because you're at odds with each other because you're just sharing one screen, but we're all moving independently. So if Hulk is in the corner in the back of the room because he didn't beat up his guy yet, but we're all trying to move forward, it's like a tug of war trying to like, it's like, oh my God, I can see the bad guy I want to punch right now, and I can't reach him because the guy in the back is screwing me over. And and this is where they did make things for single player. Some of the hallways or battle sequences, the way the camera angle changes are very good for a single player because you'd be like close up on you and it wouldn't affect you. But when you have a group of people, the angles get like really like shaky and getting like stuck in weird positions, and like nobody can see where they are and nobody knows what they're attacking. Oh god, how do we reset this angle? Like, so it's a bit wonky in that spot, but overall it was a really fun experience. I wish you could have played it with me, Joe. Would have been fun. There is online co-op, so
I wasn't invited.
you didn't buy it.
You didn't tell me to buy it.
I didn't think you would have.
Well, I guess we'll never know now.
It's also very grindy. If you did want to up, like kind of like a Dynasty Warrior game or like Fire Emblem Warriors, where I put like 80 hours into Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, it's kind of like that, where you keep doing the same missions over to get more materials, and you gotta upgrade things and all this stuff. So it's definitely a good time sink you can just play and screw around with and not think too hard. Like if I was playing TFT or something, I gotta think of who I'm gonna build and all that stuff. I don't gotta do that. I just gotta beat people up as Spider-Man.
Got it.
There's also a lot of clones, like Iron Man and Captain Marvel kind of do the same thing, like Hulk and like Venom or Luke Cage. Son, they're big beefy dudes. So
yeah, big beefy bros. They getting it?
Okay, what else we got, Joe?
Oh snap! What was the last thing we talked about? I only remember us talking about Ninja, but I don't think that's the last thing.
I thought that was our third thing. I was trying to lead you into it.
Is it Ninja? I thought we had something else.
No, I thought it was. Yeah, we did Pokemon, right?
Yeah, we did Pokemon.
We did Ultimate Alliance. Because we're not talking about Fire Emblem yet, remember? Because I haven't beat it yet, so I don't want any spoilers on the internet ruining my life.
Oh man, well Joe Brown, I beat Fire Emblem. Let me tell you, oh boy, that one character that you love is dead now.
No,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. We both know that we both know. Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I'm pretty sure it was just Ninja.
I'm pretty sure it was just Ninja. Okay, so everybody knows who Ninja is. He's not the greatest ninja of ninjas because everybody knows who he is. But bad joke. But recently he's moved over. I think it's Mixer, right, on the Microsoft on Microsoft's
streaming platform,
and he's kind of getting it going up there. They offer him a bunch of money to be over there, and on Twitch, it looks like they were putting recommended other streamers on his page while he was offline, and it looked like a Russian bot was streaming some type of porn on Twitch somehow, because I thought Twitch has a very serious policy about not doing that.
You would think.
And yeah, you would think. And they somehow put it up, since a lot of people were watching it. They put it up, and it was up on Ninja's page, and he got very annoyed about it. And he has a video that he put on Twitter that starts with him going that he and his team has been very professional when dealing with Twitch. They haven't said anything negative. And he goes, because there hasn't been anything negative to say until now, or something like that. And I'm like, boy, you're kind of milking this thing for what it is.
Right. I mean, if he's never even going to be on his Twitch channel again, right?
What does it matter? Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know.
Let's talk about the big thing first, Joe. Let's not talk about Russian adult content being recommended, because that's really just like, I feel like that was an algorithm issue. That it was people he had a big channel, so they're recommending channels that also had large viewerships. Therefore, a lot of people are watching porn on Twitch in that because they didn't catch it. So it didn't seem like that was like a human error. I think it was just like a system error on that. But the big issue the big story is Ninja leaving Twitch for Mixer, where he's been at Twitch for 8 years. Mixer is still the up-and-comer from Microsoft, doesn't really have a lot of traction in the general, I guess, internet culture or gaming sphere, especially as much as Twitch does. So what are your opinions on, the biggest or one of the biggest Twitch streamers leaving them high and dry to start a new career at Mixer?
I don't know. I don't really like Ninja that much. I think the only reason he's popular is because he got I guess he did have a following, but I feel like the only reason he got popular was due to the fact that he was playing with Drake at one point, and then he somehow got other people to start playing with him and all this other stuff, and then kind of just like went from there. I don't know, but if it's the best thing for him, then why can't he do it? You know, like what's the problem with him?
I guess
like it's.
No, go. You go.
Like, it's his career, so if this is what he if he thinks this is going to be the best thing for him, then why can't he just do it?
So my concern is not with Ninja necessarily. My concern is with Microsoft doing this. So Ninja, he can leave, whatever. There are reports that he made like $10 million last year off of Twitch, and he has all the advertisements, and he has the branding, and he can take his branding and go anywhere with it. He doesn't have to stay on Twitch, which is true. But there is, he was kind of built up, and through the Fortnite craze or whatever, became Ninja, became the person, the high success that he is today. And that was in large part, it's not just, he didn't do everything and just happened to be streaming on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, Twitch promoted him. Twitch was, trying all their efforts to make him as big a celebrity as he was trying to make himself. So there was kind of a partnership there. Like, he hosted Twitch's New Year's Eve party, and
which went horrible, if I remember.
I mean, I watched most of it, and it was whatever. It was a little cringy, I'm not gonna lie, but it was, I'm not a big Fortnite fan, so they were playing Fortnite. That's not what I was interested in. But so
come on, everybody dance, and no one would dance.
Yes, trying to make tourists do the Fortnite dance. So what I'm saying is that there was at least some mutual growth with each other, or at least in some small part, Twitch did help Ninja become to the state that he's in. So for him to leave high and dry, there must be a big reason, and you would assume that's money, which is totally understandable. This is capitalism. You gotta do what you gotta do. He is capitalizing on his market right now, because who knows if 5 years from now, whatever happens, he might not have the same numbers or something like that. So I understand that. My issues with Microsoft, so the reports, and nobody knows exactly what Ninja got for this contract, but there have been people talking about it, insiders there, and I have air quotes up. I've seen some articles. There was one verified user that said that he heard the contract was with Microsoft was 6 years, $50 million. Then Forsen, who's another huge popular streamer, said his contract is probably 3 years and between $6 to $8 million. So if you do the math there, that's averaging out to less than $10 million a year, and he reportedly made $10 million in 2018 last year. So this makes sense for him because this is a new avenue for him. There's other, people always bash him on Twitch about his subscriber count going down because, it was not going to stay at 200,000 subscribers forever like it was when he was playing with Drake. So it's fine for him. He gets a big fat check out of it. But Microsoft, the precedent they're setting, right, is they want they're not paying Ninja to poach him away and have everybody watch Ninja on Mixer. They're doing it as a statement to let other streamers know that they can go on Mixer and that they can, make money that way. That's how they're going to recoup their money paid, is by getting other people to then stream on their platform. But the precedent that Microsoft is setting, if it is, let's say, $50 million, which is a lot of money, though, just a random number, even if it's not true, if it's $50 million or $6 million a year or something like that. So what does that mean if Pokimane went to Microsoft and wanted to switch, and other Shroud went to Microsoft and he has a higher subscriber count than Ninja does, or if Dr. Disrespect went to Microsoft and said, I want over there too? The precedent that you set by paying one person $50 million is that any large streamer is now not going to be incentivized to go over Mixer because of their audience or their moderation or whatever things would entice them to go over to Mixer. But they're going to want comparable pay to Ninja, and that's not a sustainable business plan. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just perplexed by Microsoft's decision on this end. It makes total sense for Ninja. He's got his followers. He's got whatever, maybe like 5 million Twitter followers or whatever it is. Like he'll be able to, and he has been putting up good numbers on Mixer from what I've seen. Like he'll have like 60,000 viewers or something like that. So he's going to be fine. This decision makes total sense for Mixer or for Ninja. He just got a free $50 million from Microsoft. He's going to be the poster boy of the xCloud streaming service or whatever from the new Xbox console, and he's gonna be the face of Mixer. My question is, what does Microsoft get out of this?
I don't know. It's like, I guess they get more publicity. It's like one more thing to put over PlayStation's head. Back to this kind of, I feel like it's all kind of leads back to the console wars. It's like, hey, check it out. You can be like Ninja and be online and stream all your cool stuff if you're on Xbox.
Because they have that streaming like the cloud, whatever. I forget what they called it at E3. Like that's probably going to be their big push for the next console.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that is the next push for the big console, from what I remember seeing.
Right, like, so I guess that like he's gonna be there, but like, I don't know. I just think it's so. Like, would they have paid a regular celebrity $50 million to endorse Mixer or something?
Like who?
Who's a regular celebrity? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that fool ain't doing that. You know that.
So I don't know. I really am interested. I haven't downloaded Mixer. I'm not that interested. I'm interested to see how this changes the streaming platform like market, because Twitch for YouTube gaming, there are a lot of people who use it, but it's definitely not as big of a powerhouse as Twitch is. But I think Twitch could benefit from a little bit of competition, because that'll make them be more creative and find ways to get the viewers to come back to their website. And Lord knows Twitch has its issues, especially with moderation and how they treat certain streamers compared to others. But you know me, Joe. I'm a huge Twitch fan. I'm a big supporter and advocate. I've been loving Twitch since pretty much the Justin TV days. Like, I would like to see them succeed more, and I think the best way is if there is a competitor, because that means they have to try.
Yeah, you're right. It's like how the Epic Game Store came about and putting giving Steam a run for their money.
That's a great analogy.
But at the same time, the reason that's a different story. But yeah, that's like essentially what's happening. It's like you don't have to always watch things that are being streamed on Twitch, because now there's this. You can watch it on here. We also stream things. Our name is Microsoft. Come check us out. I don't know.
Yeah, so we got Microsoft versus Twitch. Google and YouTube versus Amazon and Twitch.
Who uses YouTube to stream video games?
My good friend KCB Brian, who is hopefully going to be joining us. He's a Fire Emblem YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great platform, and you should go check it out.
For streams?
Well, he has a YouTube channel also, yeah. But yeah, see, I think he does, like, he plays Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile game. And I think he does streams over there, him like doing polls of the new banners and things like that.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you just go on, like, I could pull up YouTube right now. YouTube. Where is the live? I don't even know where it is.
I don't even know if you're allowed to do it, Joe Brown. I don't think you have access.
To watch live YouTube?
You don't have access to see live.
I don't have permission. No, okay, was this kind of a issue that I'm on the main I'm on YouTube.com trying to find where is it? Gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, more from YouTube on this side panel thing.
It's a bit of a problem now.
Yeah, and then it's got like recommend and oh, okay, cool. You know, hey, guess what the number one game on YouTube is?
Fortnite.
It's Fortnite. Yeah, so you could, actually, let's go to Mixer.com right now and let's see what the number one game is on Mixer.
It's gonna be Fortnite.
It's Fortnite.
Why would it not be Fortnite?
So 10,000 viewers. That's not bad. That's nothing to scoff at. In that whole channel. So the moral of the story, Joe, is you can stream Fortnite anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
So Ninja's gonna be just fine.
I know he's gonna be just fine. Why wouldn't he be? He's
His
Ninja.
hair-
He makes...
What, you think he'll like change his hair color now to something else different, like green from Microsoft? That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. I thought his hair was green already, but I saw that he was.
No, it's like blue and pink now or something.
That's what I was gonna say. I saw it and it was blue and pink.
I think that's it for me, Joe. I'm trying to looking at more Banjo-Kazooie tweets, looking at my boy Galarian Weezing, very eloquent. This is great. So we had Adam on the show a couple of trailers ago. I forget which one it was. They revealed another like random Pokemon that was going to be in the Galar region, and he didn't like the design. Like we were talking in a friend group, and we were like, "Oh, come on, it's not." We're like, "Oh, it's not that big a deal. This Pokemon looks okay." Like I don't remember which one it was. He goes, "Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't really matter when it's not your culture being appropriated."
Oh my god!
He was joking, obviously, but
Oh yeah.
Adam's a good dude. Hopefully, I'll see. He'll be at the World Championships also. If any of our listener are going to be at the World Championships this weekend, come say hi. Let me know. And then next week, Joe, I'll tell you all about it. Maybe I'll even give you a call from DC because I know you like that.
Heck yeah, brother.
You hate when I leave you in the dark.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
All right. Well,
I hate it, Joe.
I think this was a episode well done.
It was an episode well done. We need to do it again real soon and not wait 3 months to do it again.
I kind of like spreading it out.
Yeah. Welcome to our tri-monthly episode.
Our quarterly episode of Cup of Joe's.
Yeah, our curly episode of Cup of Joe's. That's us. Well, Joe Brown, this has been fun. And,
also, I want to say sorry. Chrono Trigger came out as of yesterday. This is coming up Monday. All these years ago, 1995. It's cool. Chrono Trigger is awesome. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Well, thank you for joining us on another hot episode of Cup of Joe's. As always, I've been your host, Joe Perry, and accompanying me has been my best friend, Joe Brown. And we'll see you next week on another episode of Cup of Joe.